Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm not frozen. Haha, fooled you. Ladies and gentlemen, fooled you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, late to the party. We got some extras. I just ran out of things to say. We got some extras here watching this movie from 1985, Clue, the movie. Let's see. I didn't bring it up.
Thank God for the power of editing.
1985 mystery crime movie. It's got a 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, 80% on Just Watch, whatever that is. Starring Madeline Kahn, Tim Curry, Leslie Ann Warren, Colleen Camp, Christopher Lloyd, Michael McKean, Eileen Brennan. Come on, you got some more than that. Martin Mull, Lee Ving. All right, that's enough.
Jane Wayland from whatchamacallit, Bengals, or the what was she from?
I think it's the Bengals.
Bengals. She was the singing telegram.
Okay, she was a Miss of Arc, right?
No, she was
She was
singing
Joan of Arc
telegram.
in Bill and Ted's.
Yes.
Excellent.
Let's see. Six blackmail victims are invited to an isolated mansion by a man who knows a dark secret from each of their pasts. On arrival, each is given a pseudonym drawn from Cluedo. Before being introduced to the blackmailer. Each is handed a weapon, at which point the lights are switched off and the blackmailer is killed. Can the guests uncover the murderer before they all become victims? Director Jonathan Lynn. Story by Jonathan Landis and Jonathan Lynn. Distributed by Paramount Pictures with a budget of $15 million. And box office of $14.6 million.
Oof.
Liz knows how to pick up.
But I know why. Do you know why they got that, right? Because, like Liz was saying last time, every theater had a different ending. So people didn't get that you can go see it all the different times. So they were depending on that, and it never worked out for them. That's why in the HBO version or the VHS version, they have all three endings in it.
Yeah,
So.
we pulled our DVD out, and there's two options. You can either watch the theatrical release, or you can watch the television release. So the theatrical release will still show the movie, but it'll only give you a rando one. So you'll have to watch the movie again on DVD to see the other, But
I watched it on Hulu, and it had the three endings.
Yeah, and so that's how it is, because that's how they show
Yeah.
it normally on TV. It's or this happened, that or stuff in between that wasn't originally in the movie. It was it ended with Martin Mull getting shot. That's how it ended. Or it ended with, I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife, and then that's how it ended. Or you know what I mean? So it ended those three different ways.
I
But
just
when
found myself captivated by all the scenes that either had Leslie Ann Warren or Colleen Camp in them.
I have a feeling
Colleen Camp.
tens.
No, that's the best. That's the best opening to her being there when she's just fucking.
Yeah.
And she's dusting and you just tits her back. I was like, I even forgot what was happening. I was like, look at that. I love the 80s.
I love it with Christopher
I love the
Lloyd
80s.
because she's serving the soup
like-
in between, and she stands there, and he's not away from her. He nestles up on her, he puts his head on her, it's a pillow. It's little things like that in this movie. I'm cracking up. Josh is just it's oh my gosh, it's so funny. Because it's little that's the whole thing about this one. It's the little things that you see in the background, when different actors are doing different, the focus isn't on those actors, but you watch what the other actors in the background are doing, and you're oh shit, he's clutching his pearls, oh my gosh, really, that's what happened? Or Madeline Kahn doing
Dude.
like her weird like spazoid like looks and stuff. It's so good.
No, the
I
dog
bet you they
shit.
had a
That's my
blast filming
favorite
that
joke.
movie.
The dog shit was one of those things that was the
Yeah.
greatest thing. How he wipes it off, but every room he goes into, someone just like stops and then they like make an ugly face. They look at their shoe and shit, like to see if they stepped in dog shit.
Well, and then you
That
knew
shit
something
was
with the
hilarious.
chandelier was going to happen. They foreshadow that when Martin Mull comes in, and then there's the camera angle is like up there, and he looks up at the chandelier. You're like, what the hell is that all being said? It just happens, you know. And then it's like a foreshadowing of little things to happen. It's so good. And then the
I
counting.
loved this when I
The
was
1
a
plus 2
kid.
plus 1 plus 2 plus wait. How many? 1 plus 2 plus. Yeah, okay. It was so good. Sorry.
But even the whole retelling of him running back and forth into the room, and then they went in here, and then they go in here. Here we know.
Get
Love
on
that
with
shit too,
it.
dude. Like it was. I remember liking this a lot more when I was younger. Like I do. I remember loving this movie, thinking it was hilarious. So when you said Clue, I was excited, and when I sat
Well,
down
does
to
it
watch it, I
follow?
was
Did
like,
you watch it alone?
yeah.
See, that's the problem. That's something that I'm realizing with any of these comedy movies, is that you need to be amongst loved ones to truly appreciate the comedy movies.
Maybe that's it, but I mean, again, like the dog shit scene. There's scenes like that where they are, in my opinion, very like Liz was saying, it's literally the little things, and that's always what I'm looking for is like these little characters on the side, like going the extra mile. You know what I mean? Like I can always appreciate, the B actor and the C actor in the scene to almost steal the scene. Like I like that shit. Like that's one of my favorite things in movies. Like I'll watch Airheads. One of my favorite scenes ever is David Arquette just going. Literally, the guy goes, they want us to act crazy, and he stands up out of nowhere and just goes, "You guys are crazy, man. You're all woo-hoo and shit." And I fucking think that's the funniest scene in the history, and it's stupid, but it just comes out of nowhere. It's the way he does it. You know what I mean? Same thing with the dog shit. You're just looking at it going like, it's just wiping dog shit, but it's everyone's facial expression as they smell it. They're just like, "What the fuck is that?" Like something bad just came in the room and shit, dude. Like I love that, dude. So I'm always like, all right, dude, let's. It's okay. And then I love that. What's the guy's name from Head of the Class? I couldn't remember who was the FBI guy, and I was like, but then when he came in, I'm like, that's the guy from Head of the Class.
Yeah.
The main. I was like, that's who it
Therapy in
was.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, well, that's who it was, dude.
You know Jesus. You met your Lord and Savior. I do.
I thought
Go ahead.
I thought I was gonna get shot. I thought they'd shot. They're just gonna shoot him. I was like, oh man.
No, at that point they used all the weapons, so there was nobody else left to go except for that one bullet left in the revolver. They used every other weapon. The knife was in the cook. The noose was around Yvette. They clubbed what's his nut over the head, Mr. Body, with the candlestick. They used the lead pipe on the motorist, or on the lead pipe, and then the wrench was each used on the cop and the motorist. The only thing that was left was the revolver.
Cop. Yeah.
Duh.
That's why I sucked at the game, man. That's why I sucked
How
at the
can you not
game.
say anything?
Because this is one of those things that
He's sleeping on the couch if he gets the answer wrong.
it's one of those things that this movie, I just don't. I think it comes across as too dated. You know, this is the year after the original Ghostbusters movie comes out, and the difference between the two, comedy wise and like entertainment wise, is like night and day.
Well, it's different comedians that are doing it,
right?
Though,
so
it's not their
what this film feels like is a low rent Mel Brooks movie. It has the same kind of comedy stylings in it, but to a much lesser degree. And I wonder if their desire to kind of stay true to the Clue board game is what hinders it from really hitting a stride somewhere, because it does have a lot of talent in it. A lot of these guys were top tier comedy actors of their age. All of them are fantastic in other films, but like this movie, it just never really gets to the kind of level that you would expect with that kind of talent in it. And so, like, I was thinking while I was watching it, like, is it because it's trying to do, the Professor Plum with the noose in the library? It's trying to do that thing over and over and over again. Is this what's, like, holding it back, restraining it from really becoming an amazing comedy? Because there were parts in it that were funny, but I noticed that I almost didn't laugh out loud a single time during the film. And I remember, like Fuzzy, I remember liking this movie a lot more years ago, but now it just, I don't know, it wasn't hitting any of my funny bones this time around.
It felt dated.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is it's a period piece, first of all. So can you really call it?
She's gonna hit you.
Dated? But
She's
then
gonna
again,
hit you.
like if you watch a Mel Brooks movie, like Spaceballs, like Young Frankenstein, like History of the World, those movies are still hilarious now, like laugh out loud hilarious. Clue, not so much. Not so much.
Well, I mean, you do have to take the fact that it is based off of a board game, so
That's what I'm
to
thinking.
be able to like put a narrative to it is,
I mean, it's like, it would be like doing a Monopoly movie as a comedy, and you're trying to hit it, and it's just like, it's just not.
or Battleship as a.
Oh, brother.
Well, let me ask you this, Liz.
Yes.
Which ending did they have at the theaters?
Which ending did they have? They had all of the endings at the theaters. It depended upon. So it was one of those like mixed bag situations. You ordered the film was sent to your theater. You went and saw the movie. You weren't sure which ending you were going to get.
So at the theater,
Mm-hmm.
you would have to be like, Lakewood's got this ending, and Cerritos has this ending, and Long
But
Beach
you
has this ending.
wouldn't know that going into it. So it'd be like I would go to the theater in Anaheim. Our friends going to the theater, in Lakewood or LA somewhere or something like that.
So you got to sit through a whole movie to hope that your blind bag got the
And
right
then
ending that
you're
was
talking
different.
about the movie, and everybody's talking about the movie, and you're like, and then the ending happened this, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think.
You didn't get that. That's not how it ended for me. My ending was this.
I think
and then
this
I
probably
think it was
caused a lot of buzz over water cooler talk.
right.
Everybody's talking about how
Right.
great the movie was, this and that, and the other, and then you get to
Up
the ending, and
to-
everybody's like, "What movie did you watch?"
The reveal, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't get that ending. And that I'm sure, like what Fuzzy was saying, is that was one of the marketing things, kind of after the fact. Like they didn't promote it that way, but you found out about it after the fact. And then I think they were hoping for the generation, like the buzz and the talk about it, to make people go back to the theater and be like, well, okay, I'm going to go to this theater instead, and maybe I'm going to get a different ending for it. And if they did, cool. And if they didn't, well, shit, I just watched another movie, or watched the same movie kind of thing. And that could also be detrimental to them. You're like, well, I don't want to go to and spend another $3 at the movie theater at the time and see the same damn movie again. You know what I mean?
Well, but it's a gimmick, and I love gimmick
Yeah.
movies. It's like I always love an idea of like a gimmick, like the
Like he
50s
likes the
movies were
Shyamalan
not
twists.
great, no, see, that's not no. Fuck Shyamalan, fuck him. I like a gimmick, like Drive Angry, right? With that Nicolas Cage one he came out with and it was all like they sold it. It's in 3D, like over and over again, like the trailer just over. It's 3D in your face, and like every shot is meant for it to like fly out at you. It's a gimmick movie, like in the 50s they had Smellatron, they had little scratch and sniff stickers. So like when a thing would pop up on the screen, you would scratch it and you'd smell it, and it would just smell like a fart
Like
that
you
was
were
in the
picture
movie
show.
or whatever, but
Sing along.
exactly, like I love that shit.
Throw the
If you- the
tortillas
first-
and stuff.
If you would have shown me the Rocky Horror Picture Show by itself, I probably would have thought it was okay. but seeing it in the theater with like everybody and the whole gimmick of everyone doing it, it made it that much better. You know what I mean? So now when I watch that movie, it's amazing to me and shit. Like
Never
it's
seen
gimmicks. I like gimmicks. It's awesome.
I know what I'm
It's
thinking.
Especially
awesome.
when I
I'll
heard
put
that they're
on the
going to
list.
try to. You've never seen it before. You're a virgin, and we're going to do these things to you. And it's just like, yeah, no, I'd rather not.
It's awesome.
You're not missing much. You're not missing much.
And
But
then
Clue
Tim
was-
Curry being
Clue-
like overly fruity, and yeah, no, not a fan.
He's awesome in it, dude. Like Tim Curry does never disappoints. Like it doesn't matter what he's doing. He's always good. And like even watching this, like he steals the show. And every fucking scene he's in, he's always just like you're watching him because he is that good. Like you know what I mean? Tim Curry's amazing. Like even his shitty performance in Home Alone 2 stands out way better than
His
any scene
performance
he's
was
in.
great
You know what I
in
mean?
Home
Like,
Alone too.
compared to all his other stuff, no, dude. Like my favorite line in top 20 lines ever, in my opinion, of one-liners, comes from this guy in Loaded Weapon 1, National Lampoons, and he's playing the blonde. On every 80s Lethal Weapon, there's that blonde guy. He's playing that guy, and he's fucking. And Emilio
Mr.
Estevez
Jonathan?
is
Mr. Joshua.
yeah, well, no, he's
Mr. Joshua.
Mr. Joshua. He's like playing that type of character, and Emilio Estevez is playing Mel Gibson. He comes running in, and he's got this big ass fucking cannon to Emilio Estevez's face. He goes, and Emilio's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm your worst nightmare." Like the worst fucking accent you've ever heard in your life, dude. Just like he plays it up thick, and he's like, "No, my worst nightmare is waking up without my penis." And then he just stands there for a minute and goes, "Huh." Like just the way he said it. Ah!
And we lost Boogie. I mean, there's no one-liners like that in this movie, but there's some. What do you do? I'm a butler. What does that mean? I buttle, sir. Like, wait, what? Like stupid shit like that. Like, it was, yeah. It's one of those movies that it's very quotable if you watch it enough, but you have to be able to watch it enough to quote it. You know what I mean? So I'm one of those people that have watched it enough to be able to quote it enough.
So
It's
let's
like
get back to Clue.
It's like Galaxy Quest.
Let's get back to Clue. Bucket time. Let's do it. Josh, what do you got?
In this case, I'm gonna agree with the Vox Populi. The people are correct. This is like a 7 out of 10 at best.
I'll accept that. You can sleep in bed tonight.
Good answer, buddy. Good. If this was Family Feud, we would all be sitting there. Good answer. Good answer.
That's right.
I'm gonna take a page out of Fuzzy's book, and I'll give it a 5. But then I'll give it 2 extra points for the maid's boobs, so that pushes it up to a 7.
A point per boob.
That's
All right, Liz, go for it.
Otherwise, if they were just basing it off like we used to, it would have been a hard 10. So.
Yeah, but we didn't see them.
Oh, that's true. Those are reserved.
That could have been bra. That could have been all bra. We don't know.
It could have been. I doubt that it was, but it could have been. All right. Well, I mean,
All right, look.
I love this movie. I get that. Well, it's not an epic movie or anything like that. I'm not giving it a 10. I'm not gonna get yelled at for that. But it's definitely an 8 for me. I love it. I like it a lot. I'll watch it over and over and over again when it's on.
It is in our movie collection after all.
So this is one of those fun ones that, like, I just want to sit and veg out and watch something fun and giggle and laugh. This is it. Especially since I can like quote it like all the time. So. And it is quotable. People have used, they bring it up in other TV shows and movies and things like that. But, it wasn't for everybody.
Well, I'm gonna be like Nate. Nate kind of beat me to it. I'm with him, but that wasn't for the titties. I'm giving it an 8 because it was a 5 as a film, but the dog shit scene Gave it 2 points because of just the way. I'm telling you, like that was like from out of everything that whole movie has, dog shit scene, dude. Like I brought my kid in, I showed it to him. I was like, this is fucking a good setup and a joke that just runs. Like it fucking runs. You don't even need to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like it's the
Callbacks.
brilliancy of comedies. Yeah, exactly. Like because that's the idea to me. To me, that's comedy. Like you thought about it, you set it up here. It wasn't just a total improvised thing, and even if it was, you kept it going the whole way through. You know, like, and I love that. Like that's a great thing. And then the other extra point is you got what's her name from Young Frankenstein? The Matt is it Matt? Is that her, the one? Yes.
Mrs. White, the short one with the black dress, and oh my gosh,
yes,
who killed her husband?
Anytime I hear her voice, I just want to watch Young Frankenstein. So she gets me all smiley. That or Blazing Saddles, one or the other. Like, and that's why when you said Mel Brooks, I was just like, yeah, I thought of Mel Brooks the whole time I was watching it because I was waiting for her to go.
Yes,
no.
Yes, no.
Wait. Yes.
That's right. I could talk about this movie for a really long time and bore the shit out of all of our audiences, and then we lose viewership. So I better not.
Well, you lose the two subscribers.
That's go see this movie. Damn it!
If it's on TV, watch it. But it's funny.
It's fun. The first time they did a board
Who's picking
game,
the
a movie.
new one?
We've gone around the world. It's Josh's turn.
Oh, I already went.
What'd you pick?
Oh, you mean for the movies? Oh, yes, I have a treat for you guys. We're doing another Tim Curry movie. We're doing The Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red October
I'm
is
down.
a Tim Curry movie, or he just happens to be in it?
No,
He's
he's
in.
in it.
Okay. I was gonna say, I thought it was a Sean Connery movie.
Sean Connery. It's Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin. Those sons of bitches.
Sean,
I
sometimes you have
haven't
to
seen-
slap a bitch, Connery.
Yep. My dad has been the biggest Jack Ryan fan for like ever. Like, and that was like, I remember when that movie came out, he was like, how we go see superhero movies. He was like, we're going fucking first showing. I called off work, dude. We're going. You're ditching. I was like, The Hunt for Red October. Like, what the hell is this, dude? Like, we went, and you know, I dug it as a kid, but I just remember, I'll never forget that. I was like, my dad acts like this is like Star Wars or something like that. What the fuck, dude?
There you have it. Hunt for Red October. Hunt for Red October is coming up. Da. Спасибо. Next week, Hunt for Red October. Take yourself, Fuzz.
Have some love, some peace, and that Popeyes grease, ladies and gents. We out. Peace.